Hey, Spencer, I want to go back to the Texas game for a moment. When Coach Riley made the decision to put Tanner out there, had you ever experienced anything like that before, being pulled out of a game? And how much, when you look back on that, did that sort of change things for you, or if they did at all?
No, I've never been in that situation before. I think it was beneficial for me. Kind of just open my eyes up a little bit and not get too comfortable where I'm at. I think that game was just the offense just got started out bad, and I had a couple of mistakes in a big time game, and I think that just being my first real rivalry game, big stage game in college. I think Coach Riley did a good job with kind of giving me like a timeout, I guess you could say. I wouldn't call it a benching, but just something to get a deep breath. And I knew once I went back in, I was gonna make plays and just play like I know how to.
All right, your next question is going to come from Joe Bettner. Joe, go ahead.
Hey Spencer, kind of along those same lines. Just do you can is it something that you can feel in yourself, just as far as like the growth that you've experienced from? I know you kind of touched a little bit on it after the Big 12 championship, but is that something you just feel more comfortable? I guess maybe going into each and every game now that you've kind of went through these trials.
Definitely, being a confident player, coming into it, you're a confident guy. You think there's not going to be that many growing pains, not having to go through all that, throughout high school and youth ball and all that stuff. But at this level, at this stage, you got to be prepared. You got to have a great preparation, great mindset. So I think just going through all these games, all these situations, all this adversity has helped me grow tremendously.
All right, your next question is going to come from Ryan Aber. Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah, Spencer, sticking with that line of questioning, you said that Texas experience and the little timeout that you took there was beneficial for you. Did you realize it at the time that that could help you, or when did you start getting the benefit of that?
Um, you know what? I didn't really look at it like that deeply, I guess you could say, as everybody else, as you guys would look at it. But I just knew I had to just step it up a little bit. I could flip a switch and lock into a mode where I feel like I'm in control now with my decisions on the field, my play, my energy, how guys around me are bringing their energy and this and that. So just being a leader, being a confident quarterback, you have to have that mindset to. You can't let those little things shake you off, get you off path. You still got to lead your guys, and when it's time to step up, big time players got to step up in big time games. So that's something I've went by my whole life and continue to improve on and continue to work on.
Appreciate it, Spencer.
Our next question is going to come from Jenny Carlson. Jenny, go ahead.
Hey Spencer, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, so you being from out of state, and actually the last few guys that have been talking with us are out of state guys. Coach gave you a couple days off here around the holidays. I know that for a lot of y'all, probably haven't been home for a minute. What's that like, and how has conversations about just sort of how guys are mentally this year? I mean, Creed even talked earlier just about the strain that this is for a lot of guys who are young. How have you been? How have you seen guys handle it? And what does it mean to have this break around the holidays?
Oh, it's a blessing that we get to go home and see our families for a couple of days for Christmas and just get some time off to get away from football and just, be with your families on the holidays for sure. Yeah, like you said, I'd be lying if I said it was easy, being up here, not being able to go home since June, July-ish. So, it was definitely a grind this year, especially with this year being how it was, this whole 2020 pandemic, all the social injustice stuff going on, and just the mental wear and tear on it, and then plus the physical wear and tear on your body, practicing and working out every day and playing games. But, it's what we signed up for. So it's nothing that we didn't expect coming into it. This is our job, and we have, things we have to execute. Still got a game in front of us with Florida, and we're not done until this next game. So, like I said, this is what we signed up for. This is our dream. Playing football, and our families all understand that as well. But we're definitely happy we get to go home and get some rest and be with our families for the holidays.
Do you worry at all about guys coming back, testing? I mean, I'm sure that coaches have talked about being pretty vigilant about, wearing masks and keeping distance, but you guys are traveling, you're going to be around people you probably haven't been around. How do you sort of see that, and what's been the conversation among the team about that?
I think we're not the only team that's got to worry about that. With the COVID precautions going home. I know other teams are going home, but we've been pretty good, pretty diligent about wearing our masks up here, and when we do have some time off, we've came back and our numbers have been pretty low. So hopefully we could just follow by the book while we're home and come back and everything's in the clear.
All right, your next question is going to come from Eric Bailey. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Spencer, I was just curious, how much did you get the opportunity to get to know Caleb Williams during the recruiting process, and what will he add to the quarterbacks room in 2021?
I haven't even talked to him yet. I haven't met him yet. But based off what I see on film, he looks like he can throw the ball a little bit. He can move around a little bit. So he'll add another dimension in the quarterback room, with Chandler Morris and these other guys. But he'll be a great add into the quarterback room for sure.
Also, I wanted to ask you, just on a football standpoint, the third down conversions rate has dipped over the last 4 games. You guys were 2 for 11 in the Big 12 game. What's contributed to that, and how do you guys turn things around for the bowl game?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Maybe us getting a little. I don't know. I mean, we'll figure it out. I know Coach Riley has a good plan for it. We know what we have to do. Just finish plays, execute plays, and be better on third down. I mean, that's as basic as I could put it. And in the beginning of the season, throughout the middle, we did pretty well with our third down conversions. We just got to pick it up now.
All right, your next question is going to come from Casey Burdock. Casey, go ahead.
Hey, Spencer. I'm curious. I know you came to Oklahoma because you saw how well the quarterback position performed here. What's it like watching the last 3 quarterbacks not just play on Sundays, but excel on Sundays in the NFL right now? And does that make Lincoln Riley get a big head now that you're around him?
It's cool watching those 3 guys do their thing, especially coming from Oklahoma and all the success they had here, and then moving on to the biggest level there is, and doing the same thing. It's good to see. It's inspiring seeing that you're in those same guys' shoes, even at a younger age than they were, and being able to be in this position and realize how lucky you are and what you got to do to get there. It's eye-opening, and it kind of, it's inspiring. Like I said, it's good seeing those guys do their thing, and hopefully I can be up there with them, going against them here soon.
And I jokingly asked if it gives Lincoln a big head.
Oh, no, he's always he expects that from those guys. He'll catch up on a call here and there. Baker has popped in one of our Zoom meetings one time. Jalen's always texting me, hitting me up, and yeah, we all keep a cool, relationship with everybody. But no, he doesn't get a big head. He expects it from those guys.
Baker popped in on a Zoom meeting?
Oh, one time, yeah, just on some funny stuff.
All right, we got Spencer with us for just a few more minutes, so we're going to get in a couple more questions. We're going to go to John Hoover next. Go ahead, John.
Okay, thanks, Scotty. Spencer, Creed and Jeremiah both talked about the future of this roster, having the talent to win a national championship. You yourself saw what that looks like on the field last year at the playoff game. How close is this team to being able to do that, what you saw last year?
Extremely close. I mean, we're right there. We got the players to do it. We got the coaches to coach it. We got the mindset, especially going into this next season. I can promise you it's gonna be it's going to be a great team. You know, we got a chance to do some big things here that, you know, haven't been done in a long time. So, you know, our goal going into next year, you know, after finishing out this bowl game is just an attack mindset, have that swagger about us, that energy about us, and just know how we have to prepare and go into each game from start to the finish of the season. And we know our goals, you know, before the season, and you know, our plans to check out those boxes next year. But we definitely have the guys to do it, and we're excited, you know, for that next season.
All right. Next question comes from Mason Young. Go ahead, Mason.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, Spencer, just in terms of having Creed for this game, just how good is it to have him for at least one more game for your offense? And how much does that benefit your comfort level going into your first career bowl game?
Yeah, Creed's been great for us this year. He's been great for the team for the past, you know, how many years he's been here. So just having him be there for the bowl game is big. You know, he's a guy that we all know could leave. But, you know, just his character and his, you know, how he cares for this team and his players, you know, it's a brotherhood. So, you know, big shout out to Creed for hanging in for one more. And that just makes, I think, all of our comfort levels just better. Coaches as well. Just knowing we got a vet up front that's going to lead us and finish out the season with us.
All right. Your next question is going to come from Joe Bettner. Joe, go ahead.
Sorry. You mentioned the fact that Jalen still texts you from time to time. I'm curious just what that relationship is like with him. I mean, do you guys I'm just curious like how maybe still involved he is, you know, post OU and like keeping up with you and your development.
Yeah, you know, the other day I hit him up after his win, his first win in the NFL, and, you know, congratulated him, and he told me to go take care of business in the Big 12 game. So, you know, he's still a fan of OU, and I'm sure of Bama as well. But, yeah, we stay in close contact. You know, whenever we got time, I could always hit him up for a question. You know, he's been real cool with me, you know, a good big brother to me. And, you know, just seeing him and the other guys do it is inspiring, like I said. But it's cool, you know, being able to contact those guys whenever you need to.
Spencer, your last question is going to come from Keegan Raynaud. Keegan, go ahead.
Yeah, Spencer, I'm just curious with how aggressive that you played in high school, throwing the football down the field, and how has it been this year, you know, trying to balance taking what the defense gives you within the aggression, because Lincoln's obviously giving you all the tools in the world to throw the football downfield. Just how has that been for you trying to balance that from how you used to play, how you play now? How has that balance been?
I think in the beginning of the season, just, you know, being the player I am, Coach Rattler will tell you the same thing. I'm an aggressive thrower. I'm an aggressive player. Anytime that I see a shot, I want to take it. But, you know, just, you know, with that growth factor going through every game, you learn that, you know, the check down's reliable, and not throwing it 60 yards down the field every time is reliable. So, you know, if we can get a good 9-10 yards every throw, I'm happy about it now. So, and then when those shots come open, I'll definitely hit them. So I think balancing it out hasn't been that hard, you know, just with the growth of everything, going through these games, these situations, and with my coaching that, you know, Coach Riley, how he's been coaching me this year has helped me a lot, just being able to balance out my game, I guess you could say.